Good morning, my students. So, welcome in the new session. New session, new books, new confidence, new enthusiasm, isn't it? And with a fresh mind and heart, again you are going to start your new subject with me in my channel, that is the Science Buzz. Okay, so let's start the first chapter of class 8 in your book, that is the rational number. Okay? This is new term, new word for you, rational number. So it is very easy, it is not difficult. But again I am saying the main thing that you have to listen me, you have to be here with full concentration, and you have to develop your interest in this subject. Clear? So now let's start it. The chapter is what? Rational number. Rational number. What is this rational number? A fraction is said to be rational number when it is in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. Clear? So we can define. How can we define? So how will define rational number? A number, a fraction. A fraction is said to be a rational number when it is given. It is given means what? The fraction is given. When I am writing here the fraction number. When the fraction is given in the form of p by q, yeah? Where q is not equal to 0. This is very important here, that a fraction is said to be a rational number when the fraction is given in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. Always remember, this is the basic thing here. P by q, where q is not equal to 0. If q will be equal to 0, then it will not be a rational number. Then it will be what? It will be irrational number. Clear? What it will be? It will be irrational number. So again, let's solve it let's solve it through some examples. Clear? And you can answer very well also, because what you have to keep in your mind, the basic concept that the fraction should be in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. Okay. So now let's start it. Let's solve. I'm going to write some fraction here, and you have to find out whether the given fraction is rational or irrational. Okay. Like 3 by 5. This is rational or irrational? Yes, very good. This is what? Rational number. Why it is rational number? P by Q, and this Q is not equal to 0. Clear? Now, 3 by 0. This is rational or irrational? Irrational. I am writing here irrational. Clear? Irrational number. Here, rational. Okay, so next means now onwards, for rational I'll use R, and for irrational I'll use that short form IR. Okay, now tell me this 3 by minus 3 by 5, this is rational or irrational? Again, this one is what? Rational. Clear? Because what is the condition? The in condition it was not given that it should be positive, it should be negative. It was not given. What was the condition? q should not be equal to 0. Means denominator should not be equal to 0. So here denominator is not equal to what? Here denominator is not equal to 0. Clear? Now, if it is given like this, minus 3 by 0, then this will be what? Very good. This will be irrational. Why this will be irrational? Because here the denominator is what? The denominator is 0. Okay. Now, this one, 0 by 5. This is rational or irrational? Yes, this is rational. Because in the condition it was not given that it was not given that the numerator should be 0. It was given denominator should be 0. But here the denominator is what? 5. Clear? So here the denominator is 5, denominator is not equal to 0. So only one condition is there for rational number. What is that? Denominator should not be equal to 0. So when denominator is not equal to 0, it is a rational number, and when denominator is equal to 0, it will be irrational number. So like one more example it is like 5 by 0. This is what? Rational or irrational? Yes, this will be irrational. Very good. Why? Because denominator is what? Denominator is 0. So when denominator is equal to 0, then the given fraction cannot be rational number. Now, one more thing. What about the 0? 0 is rational or irrational? Yes, 0 is a rational number. Again, what is the condition? Denominator should not be equal to 0. Here, denominator is what? When we will draw a line here, then denominator will be 1. Because you know, when it is written 5, means what? 5 by 1. When it is written 6, means what? 6 by 1. So when it is written 0, means what? 0 by 1. So 0 by 1 is what? 0 by 1 is a rational number. Clear? This is which type of number? Rational number. Why? Because here the denominator is not equal to 0. So this is the basic concept, that how will you find out whether the given fraction is rational or irrational. Okay. Now, when you will go through this chapter in the book, whichever book you want, you can study. You can go through whether it is Selena, whether it is Pearson, whether it is M.L. Agarwal, whether it is R.S. Agarwal, whichever book you want, you can go through. Clear? So, in that, when you go through the book, you will find one word is there, standard form. Clear? Standard form of rational number. What is this standard form of rational number? I am going to discuss with you. Standard form of rational number. What is this standard form of a rational number? So when we see the heading, we find that something very new, something very unusual thing. No. Clear? It is very easy thing and it is very common thing. What is this standard form of rational number? Standard form of rational number means when numerator and denominator, they don't have the common factor. They have only one common factor. What is that? 1. Okay? Yes, very interesting. So like 5 by 7. So 5 and 7, they are not divisible by common number. Clear? So they are what? Means they don't have common factor. What is common factor in between of this 5 and 7? What is the common factor of 5 and 7? 1. Clear? So when rational number have only one common factor, and that common factor is 1. Clear? Only one common factor. Means when the rational number have only one common factor, then it is called as what? Standard form of rational number. Okay. Okay, so this 5 by 7 is what? Standard form of rational number. 5 by 7 is a standard form. Standard form. What is this? 2 by 3. Can we say it is a standard form? No. No, not 2 by 3. Take another example like 2 by 6. Clear? So, is not a standard form. It is not a standard form of a rational number. Clear? Form of a rational number. Okay? So, standard form of rational number means when numerator and denominator have common factor only 1, then it is called as standard form of a rational number. So here 2 by 3. 2 by 3 means what? 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6. Clear? So means what? They have the common factor, and when you don't divide also, then also you see it is what? 2 by 6. So they have the common factor 1 also and 2 also. So it cannot be a standard form of rational number. Okay. Now I am going to discuss some properties of rational number. Clear? There are many properties of rational number, but the main property that usually comes in the exam, that usually you get in the form of questions, I am going to discuss with you. Okay. So the first property is closure property. Closure property. Okay. Second one is what? Commutative property. Commutative property. Third one is what? Associative property. Fourth one is inverse property. Clear? Many properties are there, but these are common properties, and these are you can say this is a new thing for you all. Clear? Means these properties you have not studied earlier, and these properties play very important role in the exercise. When you are solving the exercise, when you are solving the questions, you will get the questions based on these properties. Clear? One more thing. All these properties, clear, they play different role in addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Of course, I will explain these properties in detail, so don't worry. Now, first thing I am explaining it here, that closure property. Closure property is applicable for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. All clear? Means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division all follow this closure property. Okay. Then the commutative property only plus and multiplication follow the commutative property. Clear? It does not exist with what? Subtraction and division. Okay. Next is associative property. Same thing is with the associative property also. It only applicable for what? Addition and multiplication. Clear? This associative property is also exist for addition and multiplication. It does not exist for subtraction and division. Next is inverse property. Inverse property also, same thing with the inverse property also, that inverse property is applicable only for addition and multiplication. It does not exist for subtraction and division. Okay, so let's study all this in detail. So first I am going to discuss is the closure property. Closure property means what? When two fractions are added together, then the answer that you get is also a fraction. Means when two rational number added together, you get what? You get the answer that is also the rational number. Clear? Like 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2. So when you will add, these are what? This is the rational number. This is also rational number. So when you will add two rational number in answer also you get the rational number. This is called the closure property for addition. So here 3 2s are 6, then what? 3 2s are 6, 2 2s are 4 plus 2 3s are 6 and 3 1s are 3 and this is equal to 7 by 6. This is what? This is the rational number. This is also what? This one is also rational number. This one is also what? Rational number. Clear? Now, this I have discussed that this is applicable for all. Means when two rational numbers are multiplied together, then in answer, of course, you get what? Rational number. Like 2 by 3 into 1 by 2. So this is rational number. This is rational number. So when you multiply, you get what? 2 by 6. You can cancel 2 3s are 6 means 1 by 3 and 1 by 3 is also a rational number. So this property means this property is what called? This property is called as closure property. Okay. Now in a subtraction also like 5 by 2 minus 3 by what? 3 by any number you can take, 3 by 1 you can take. So 2 here, 2 1s are divide 1. When you divide you will get 1, 5 1s are 5 minus 6. So minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2 is also a rational number. Clear? So this is about the closure property. Okay. Now let's discuss about the next, that is the associative property. Associative property. What is this associative property? In associative property you get associative property. Okay. So in associative property you get the fraction in the form of like A by B plus C by D plus anything you can write E by F you can write it. So this is what you get like this. Okay, and this is equal to what? A by B plus C by D and plus E by F. This is called the associative property and this is applicable only for addition and multiplication. It is not applicable for subtraction and division. So for example, 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4. Okay? So when it is like this, so when you solve it, you will get what here? When you solve it, you will get 2 by 3 plus, first we do the bracket work, so here it will be 4, 2 2s are 4 plus 4 1s are 4 and 3. 2 by 3 plus 5 by 4 and then take out the LCM 12, 3 4s are 12, 4 2s are 8 plus 4 3s are 12 and 5 3s are 15. and this is equal to what? 23 by 12. Clear? So here you have got what? 23 by 12 when the second and third part is in the bracket. Clear? So here the answer is 23 by 12. So, and again 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 and plus 3 by 4. So when you solve it, what will you get? You see, because this is applicable for addition, so here also you will get the same answer. Okay, so let's solve it. So first it will be what? 6. So 3 to the 6, 2 to the 4 plus 2 3 the 6, 3 plus 3 by 4. So here it will be what? 7 by 6 plus what? 3 by 4. So again take out the LCM. 6 and 4, 24. So 6 4s are and 7 4s are 28. 4 6s are and 6 3s are. Then solve it. 46 by 24. Clear? Then cancel it. We can cancel here. So 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. 23 by 12. Have you got the same thing? Huh? Here also 23 by 12. Here also 23 by 12. Clear? Means associative property is applicable for what? Applicable for addition. Clear? Same thing with the multiplication also. That is, it is applied for the multiplication. Clear? So let's do the multiplication one. In multiplication one you get like this: A by B into C by D into E by F. Again this one you can multiply and this will be equal to what? A by B into C by D into E by F. Okay. So when you solve it, like take example 1 by 2 into 3 by 2 into 2 by 3. So when you solve it, you get what? When you solve it, you get 1 by 2 into 3 and 3 cancel, this and this cancel, 1. So 1 by 2 answer. Okay. So here what you have got answer? 1 by 2. Now another side, yeah, as it is given here, like this we can write all the numbers. So 1 by 2 into 3 by 2. This is put in the bracket, then 2 by 3. So 3 by 2 is 4 into 2 by what? 3. So 3 3, 2 is 4, 1 by 2. So here also you have got what? 1 by 2. So this is called as what? Associative property. So by seeing the question, you can find out that which property is followed there. When bracket is there, means what? Yes, means associative property is there. Okay. Now let's do the next question. Commutative property. Commutative property. In this you get the fraction in the form of A by B into by D, and this is equal to C by D into A by B. Okay, and again this is applicable for plus and multiplication. This is not applicable for subtraction and division. Okay, so now let's solve it. Like take the example like 2 by 3 into 1 by 5. Okay, and so here also again first we will write 1 by 5 into 2 by 3. So in both the cases we get what? We get the same answer. So 2 by 15, and here also 2 by 15. Okay? Means this is applicable in case of multiplication. This is applicable in case of addition also. So let's solve addition also. So in case of addition you will get like this. 1 by means first you will get A by B plus C by D is equal to C by D plus A by B. So 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 plus 2 by 3. So this is what? 6. 3 2s are 6 and 2 2s are 4. 2 3s are 6 and 3. And this is equal to what? 6. 2 3s are 6 and 3 2s are 6 and 2 2s are 4. So here 4 and 3, 7 by 6. Here also you get what? 7 by 6. Means right hand side is equal to the left hand side. This indicates that this commutative property is applicable where? Yes, when you are adding two rational number. Okay. Now, next I am going to discuss is the inverse property. Again I have discussed earlier that the inverse property is also applicable only with addition and multiplication. It is not. It does not exist for what? Yes, subtraction and division. Okay, so what is this? Inverse property. Inverse property. In case of addition, it is called as what? Additive inverse. Yeah? In case of addition, it is called as additive inverse. Additive inverse means what? Negative of any positive fractional number or negative of the given fractional number is called as what? Yes, is called as the additive inverse of that rational number. Clear? So what is that? Negative of any rational number is called additive inverse. Like 3 by 5. So additive inverse of 3 by 5 is what? Additive inverse of 3 by 5 is minus 3 by 5. If it is 2 by 3, then it will be what? Plus 2 by 3. Just opposite. If it is plus, if it is negative rational number, it will be positive. It will be positive. If it is positive rational number, it will be negative. Okay? Minus 3, take another number, like 2 by 5. So it will be what? Plus 2 by 5. Okay? If it is like this, minus 2, minus 3, then the answer will be what? Because what will be the additive inverse? Not here equal to sign, right? Is. Because additive inverse of number 1 here, number 2 here, number 3 here, number 4 here. Okay? So additive inverse of minus 2 by minus 3 is what? It will be minus 2 by 3. Because this and this cancel. So it is what? 2 by 3, and additive inverse of 2 by 3 it will be what? Minus 2 by Clear? If it is 1, fifth number, 1. So additive inverse of 1 is what? Minus 1. Then minus 1. So additive inverse of minus 1 is what? 1. Clear? I think it is clear. So additive inverse, once again additive inverse of any rational number is what? Negative of that number. So 3 by 5 minus 3 by 5 minus 2 by 3 is plus 2 by 3. Because minus of minus 2 by 3. Minus 2 by 3 means what? Minus of minus 2 by 3. It will be what? Positive. Or simply, if it is negative, positive. If it is positive, negative. In case of additive inverse. If it is written in the question, write the additive inverse. Clear? Read the question very carefully. If it is given in the question, write the additive inverse of 3 by 5, so minus 3 by 5. Minus 2 by 3, then plus 2 by 3. Clear? So no confusion at all. What is there? What is the main thing here? Additive inverse. So when in the question, again I am telling you students, if it is given in the question, write the additive inverse of. Then if it is positive, you write in the form of negative. If the question is given in the form of negative, you write in the form of positive. So 3 by 5 minus 3 by 5. Minus 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3. Plus 1 minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1. Minus 2 by 5 plus 2 by 5. Then minus 2 by 3 minus 2 divided by minus 3. So minus minus cancel. Means it is what? 2 by 3. Actually it is given in the question 2 by 3. Answer will be minus 2 by 3. Okay. Now the next is a multiplicative inverse. So in this case the question is very important. Whether it is written additive inverse or multiplicative inverse. Because in case of subtraction and division it does not exist. Clear? So now let's discuss about the multiplicative inverse. So multiplicative inverse. If it is given in the question, write the multiplicative inverse of. So in case of multiplicative inverse, what we write? We write the reciprocal of the given fraction. Always remember. In multiplication, what we write? Reciprocal of the given rational number. In case of additive inverse, what we used to write? Negative of that rational number. But in case of multiplicative inverse, what we will write? Again and again I am using the term. So please set in your mind. What is that? Yes, reciprocal of that rational number. So for example, 2 by 3. So what will be the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3? So multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3 is what? 3 by 2. Minus 2 by 3. What it will be? 3 by minus 2. Okay. Then don't write here equal to sign, is. Okay. So means just reciprocal of it. 5 by 1 is what? 1 by 5. Clear? Then take 7 by minus 5. So it will be what? Means the sign will not change. Sign will remain as it is. What it will be different means what difference you will get here? Reciprocal. Reciprocal word is very important. Reciprocal means what? Means just opposite. Means denominator becomes numerator and numerator becomes denominator. Clear? So 7 by 5 means what? Minus 5 by 7. So this is your what? Multiplicative inverse. So all these main properties, means all the main properties that means on which questions can come in the exam and questions given in the what book I have discussed with you. I hope all these properties must have become very clear to you, because when you go through these properties in the book, you will find it very boring and very confusing also, because in one exercise it is given about the addition, in another exercise it is given about the subtraction, and again the next one it is given about the multiplication. So as you reach to the multiplication, you forget about the subtraction. As you reach to the division, you forget about the addition. So, and at last it becomes very, very, very hodgepodge. So it's just to make this chapter very interesting, and just to simplify, simply I have done this chapter so that this all property, this generally students find it very boring. I know, because I know the students, so students generally find it very boring, but I have tried my level best to make it interesting and to make it understandable and very easy also. So in one lecture, in one video, when you go through this video, this property will become very clear to you, and I can make you 100% sure that this chapter is not going to be a boring chapter for you. This chapter is going to be a very interesting chapter for you. Clear? So all the best. Thank you very much for this class. Have a nice day.